to my channel. So today I'm going to let you know what I've decided to do with my Pan That palette for this year. It's taken me several months to really figure this out, and I wasn't going to film this video today, but I decided, you know what, I don't feel like doing a Shop My Stash today, so let's just do my Pan That palette intro. Figured I would start it, try my best, and yeah, let's see how we get on. So I came to you with 6 options back, I think at the end of, was it October, or it was sometime in November. I did a choose my Pan That palette with me, and you all voted, you all wrote your comments. I also did a community poll, and you were all very, very helpful. However, there was a standout winner. It wasn't even close, to be fair, at all this year versus last time I did this. I did feel like that was a little bit surprising, I'm not gonna lie. So I can tell you it's definitely not gonna be these 2 palettes. These were part of the batch. So I do have this palette from Glam Shop. This one did get quite a few votes, I have to say. So in the comments, 20 of you voted for this, or it was mentioned 20 times. In the vote, it got 16 votes in my poll. It's a beautiful palette. I actually really enjoy it. I recently went into it, but I just think, you know, it was just not up there in terms of the votes. So this one's definitely not going to be in the rounds, as well as this one. I think only a few of you voted for the Afterglow from NARS. I really like this palette. It's one of my older palettes, but in hindsight, maybe it was for the best. It's a very, very, very warm tone palette, and maybe not something I want to use every single day. I totally have lipstick all over my teeth, so if you have spotted that and you're writing a little comment, I know it is what it is. Alright, so then we're left with these 4 beautiful palettes. So we've got the Naughty Nude from Huda Beauty, we have the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego, we have the Mercury Retrograde from Huda Beauty, and we also have the Norvina from ABH. I was surprised, but the Mercury Retrograde got the least amount out of these 4, so this one will not be my Pan That palette for this year. It got a lot more votes the last time I put it through, but I think everyone else is more interested in these other palettes, so that's absolutely fine. Maybe people are bored of this palette. I still like it, I enjoy it. I think it would have given me quite a lot of variety for the year, but it is not my Pan That palette, so we will move on. All right, so the Norvina actually got a huge amount of votes in the community poll, not so much in terms of the comments. It did get 23 mentions in my comments, and in the vote it did get 20 votes, so it was actually one of the most popular ones in terms of the voting. But it is not my Pan That palette for the year. It did not win. I think it got a total score of 43. Which you'll see the next one is incredibly close, but then the winner just won everything. So yeah, I will not be having my Norvina as my Pan That palette for this year. It would have been a fun one though, but I think also people are really bored of ABH Pan That palettes, so I understand. Okay, then we have the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. This one did not win. This got 44 votes in total. So in terms of mentions, it got a lot of mentions in my comments. It got 30 mentions. In terms of the vote though, it only got 14, so the vote was pretty low, and kind of why it dropped down a little bit. But I feel like I'm not saying goodbye to this palette, so just bear with me. But this one did not win. The Naughty Nude actually won. It was a standout for all of you. You all want me to use this. I think because when I put my video up, I said that the formula was going in this, and everyone was like, you should use the Naughty Nude if the formula is going. And I think that probably swayed all your votes, but it got 40 mentions in my comments and 54 votes in the community poll. Now, obviously the poll has been running for a long time and I haven't gone back, but this is like the first month of the poll, let's say. So anyway, in total, it got a whopping 94 score, whereas the other ones were in the 40s. So this one is by far the winner, and it should be my Pan That palette for the year. It should be. I actually have it on today because I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see what my feelings were on it. I already kind of know how I feel about this palette. I feel like it's a very one note. It's very mid-toned, and there are some shades that are a little bit redundant, but I do like the palette, and I ended up really appreciating the palette. You know, as time has gone on, I've used it and used it and used it, and I really, really know what to do with this palette, but it kind of lacks the lightness that I really want. So I have decided to have 2 Pan That palettes for the year. I think this one ultimately will be my main Pan That palette because I do want to give it a go. and it is going. I was correct in terms of the formula. I just feel like it's getting a little iffy. I'm a little bit worried about it. I think the look today is a very wearable look that I can do over and over again, but then also they have like these bright pops of, you know, like pinks, and you also have this beautiful shade over here, which is a really nice inner corner shade. And there is a little bit of versatility in this palette, and also I could just do a brown look if I wanted to. So I do think this is a good pan palette, and obviously I put it towards as an option for a pan palette, but I think I will lack a little bit of the lightness that I want in some like looks that I want to create. And I think the Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego is going to give me that, because it does have, these are all neutral, and it has these lighter tones that I think will complement this one, where it's a lot more warmer and all kind of one note. This one will give me that depth, or that difference. So it's more going to be like a pan palette in companion. I'm going to still track my use on it. My goal is to basically hit pan in all of these and do as much damage as I can for the year. I have done a little bit of a picture, so I kind of know what it's going to look like. But this one, equally, if I see that I'm going into it a little bit more, maybe the other one will be more of a companion. I think I'm just going to have two of them. A lot of you voted that I should have two anyway. That was kind of part of the voting system I was checking, and that did actually get quite a lot of comments that I should have two, or do, you know, a version of where I have one half the year and one the other half. But I think I'm just going to have them both at the same time. Might be a little difficult. It might be something that I struggle with, or it might work out to my favor. So yeah, we're going to have the Naughty Nude as my official pan palette for 2025. I'm excited. It's completely different to the one that I've just had, which is the Urban Decay Stone Vibes. But I actually am looking forward to something a little bit different, and also just seeing the progress, because whenever you start these, it's a little bit daunting, but then 6 months go by and you realize you actually have done a pretty significant amount of damage. So bear in mind, I already have two pans in this palette. This shade was that like jelly shade, and I just got rid of it. It was horrible. So I think in reality, I could be able to hit pan in this one. There's quite a lot of use in that one. I could probably also try to hit pan in this one. I'm just thinking like, what are my first steps? But it's really probably going to use every shade, get a feeling for it, and then I think naturally we'll figure out which shades I go into more than others. I think also this is a good one to have for this time of year, because next month will be Valentine's Day, and this can be, you know, put forth as more of a romantic sort of palette, and I could do some like Valentine's looks with it. I can see that happening, as well as all the neutral looks that I'm planning to do. And yeah, this one, absolutely, I think it will work really, really well, and I will track it. I've got no pans in here, but I am so excited to get some progress. And honestly, it kind of broke my heart that this one didn't win. But I also think that it's better, because I might get bored of this, because it is kind of all one note too. It's all a neutral cool tone. Like there's not much variety in here, but I think the two of them combined, I can get the best of both worlds. I can still do my warm tone looks, but actually if I don't want to do like a super warm tone look, I can cool it down with this one, and then still get use on two palettes that I really want to use. And I don't know, I'm excited. I'm excited. So I decided to do that. I just decided today I'm going to do that. I was thinking a few weeks ago I might do this, but then I was thinking literally last week, no, I'm not going to do that. So I have been flip-flopping quite a lot, but I think just with how I'm feeling right now, and this might completely change, it's a little bit of an experiment, because I've never done pan that palette with two palettes. I don't even do pan that palette really that well when you compare it to some other people who really like truly finish shades and everything, but I give it my best, I give it my all, and you know, as long as I'm using my makeup, I really don't care either way. But yeah, I'm excited with these two, so let me know your thoughts, and I'm sorry that the other ones weren't selected. You guys didn't vote for them, so it's not my problem, it's your problem. All right, so that's it for my little pan that palette intro, and yeah, stay tuned. I'm very, very excited. I probably won't have the most amount of progress for this first month, just because I'm filming this on the 10th. I'm uploading this on the 10th. I haven't used any of these shades at all for the month so far. So I've already missed out on quite a bit, but maybe we can catch up. We'll see. I don't know. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.